everyone. In the present video, I'll try to cover Bluetooth concepts. Bluetooth is a wireless LAN technology designed to connect devices of different functions such as telephones, notebooks, computers, cameras, printers, and even coffee makers when they are at a shorter distance for each other. So whenever the devices are connected with a shorter distance, we can have the communication between such devices using the Bluetooth. A Bluetooth LAN can even be connected to the internet if one of the gadget has that capability. Bluetooth technology has several applications. Peripheral devices such as wireless mouse or keyboard can communicate with a computer through this technology. Monitoring devices can communicate with sensor devices in the small healthcare centers. So we can also adopt Bluetooth concept in home security devices and conference rooms, etc. So we'll take the Bluetooth architecture. So architecture, Bluetooth defines two types of networks. The first one is PicoNet and the second one is ScatterNet. So we'll take one by one. First one is PicoNet. A Bluetooth network is called a PicoNet or a small net. A PicoNet can have up to 8 stations, one of which is called the primary. The rest all the stations are called as secondaries. All the secondary stations synchronize their clocks and hopping sequences with the primary. So here the PicoNet, there will be a single primary station and all the stations will behave as secondary, and secondary stations need to synchronize with the primary stations. So note that a PicoNet can have only one primary stations. The communication between the primary and secondary station can be one to one or one to many. So the figure shows the PicoNet structure. It consisting of a primary and the secondary devices. So additional secondaries can be in the parked state. The secondary in a parked state is synchronized with the primary but cannot take part in the communication until it is moved from parked state to the active state. For secondary devices, there will be two states. One is parked state and other one is active state. The secondary device, if it is under active state, then only it can communicate with the primary station. The stations which comes under park state, so the park state stations need to move from park state to the active state. Then only the secondary device can communicate with the primary. Because only 8 stations can be active in the PicoNet. So we are having total 8 stations, and out of 8 stations, one will be the primary station and other 7 stations will be the secondary stations. So activating the stations from the park state means that an active station must go to the park state. So only one primary can communicate with the secondary. So if the one station is already available in the active state and the other station is willing to go to the active state, means the presently whichever the station is in the active state, it need to go to the park state. Then only other station can jump into the active state. So next concept is ScatterNet. PicoNet can be combined to form what is called as ScatterNet. ScatterNet is nothing but combination of PicoNet. A secondary station in one PicoNet can be primary and primary in another PicoNet. So the secondary station in one PicoNet can be a primary in the another PicoNet, because we are combining two or more PicoNet together to form a network called as ScatterNet. This station can receive messages from the primary in the first PicoNet as secondary, and it acts as a primary in the second PicoNet. We can observe that we are having a single device which is marked as primary or secondary. So this device will act as primary within the PicoNet, and that device itself may be the secondary for the other PicoNet. That means a single PicoNet within the PicoNet, a single device or station will behave as primary and secondary. Why? Because the scatternet is nothing but the combination of piconets.